So in the previous video, we have discussed, we have ended the discussion with the with this question where we have discussed that how to write a roster form for the set of letters of a word. Okay. Now, in this question, a word was given to you that has six letters. We have to write. We had to write that roster form. Okay. So in that roster form, I told you that we have to. We do not have to repeat the letters, repeat the elements. Okay. We have to write only distinct elements in this inside these brackets. Okay. Do not repeat the element that I have told you. Now, on continuation of that, we will now move forward to our next topic, that is empty set. What we are going to study? We are going to study empty set. We are going to study empty set. Now, what is an empty set? By the word we can say, by this word empty, we can say they're going to be there inside this inside the set. They're going to be zero number of element. Okay, empty मतलब क्या होता है कि खाली, मतलब उसके अंदर कुछ नहीं होगा ना. That is empty. So empty means number of element in the set will be zero. There will not be any element in the set. That set will be called as an empty set. Okay. So for example, set A is given to you in roster form. There is no element in the set. Okay. Then this set is called as empty set. Then this set is called as empty set. Okay. Now, so for example, let's take another example. Uh, let's say set B is given. Now it is given in the set builder form. Okay. Now suppose X is the element of B such that X is a natural number. X is a natural number, comma, X is less than 2, greater than 1. Okay. So for example, I have taken a set which is given in the which I have written in the set builder form. Okay. Now in the set builder form, it is given that X is the element of B such that X is a natural number and that element is less than 2 and greater than 1. Okay. So X is less than 2, greater than 1. Now there is no natural number in between 1 and 2. Okay. There is no natural number which is greater than 1 as well as less than 2. So there won't be any element in the set in roster form. Okay. There won't be element in the set in the roster form. It will be blank. There will be no element. Okay. Now this is another example for empty set. This is example number 1. Okay. This is example number 2. Okay. Now, how to represent a empty set? So we use two type of symbol. I can say. First is this one only, like this only. Okay, this one. मतलब in the bracket there won't be any element. Okay, this is the represent. This itself is the represent for the empty set. Okay, so we can also represent an empty set by using 5. Okay, what we will use? We will use 5 or only these brackets. Okay, we will use 5 or only this bracket. Okay, either 5 or this one. Okay, use one of these. Okay, so I need to warn you because some student sometimes use this one. Okay, this is entirely wrong. Okay, this is wrong representation of an empty set. Okay, make sure you do not write in this way. Okay, this is the wrong representation of empty set. We need to represent the empty set either this or in this form. Okay. Now, uh, um, some may have doubt like why we need to represent in this form only. Why not this one? Okay. Now, see carefully. I have written this now. So these are the brackets of the braces of the set. Okay, inside which there is an element. So in this case, this is a set in which I have one element in the set. Okay, so this is not an empty set क्योंकि set के अंदर एक element तो है ना. So that is why this is not an empty set. This is not considered to be an empty set. Okay, hence this is a wrong representation for empty set. We will represent empty set by either 5 or only these empty brackets. Okay. Next, we will move on to another type of set. Okay, I want to say another thing that another name for empty set is null set or void set. Okay, this is another way, another name for empty set, null set or void set. Okay, next we will see finite set. Okay, next we will see finite set. Next we will see finite set. What is a finite? Okay, we will uh, we will discuss two things together. That is finite and infinite set. We're going to discuss both of these simultaneously. Finite and infinite set. Okay. Now, what is finite set? Finite set are basically a set that has a definite number of elements. Okay, a definite number of elements. For example, let me take an example. Let there be set A such that it has element 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this is the example for finite set. This is the example for finite set. Okay, because it has element 1, 2, 3, and 4. Only 4 number of elements are present in the set. Okay, now if I see the we have discussed in the first class that capital letter N is the set of all natural numbers. Set of all natural numbers. So this is a set denoted by capital letter N, which is set of all natural numbers. Okay, that means it has element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes on. Okay, because there are infinite numbers of natural number. Okay, so this set will consist of all those natural numbers. Okay, so basically this is a example for infinite set. Okay, this is an example for infinite set. Okay, now how do we write number of elements? So we simply write so it has four elements. Okay, set A has only four elements, so number of element of A is 4. Okay, so we write number of element of set A in this way. Okay, this is the representation for number of element of set A. Okay, so this is how we represent number of element of A. This is how we represent number of element of A. Okay, to represent what we will write n, then in bracket which set you are discussing. Okay, so I am discussing here about set A, so I will write set A. Okay, now uh, this is the way to represent basically number of element in set. Okay, now we will move on to our next discussion. We will move on to our next topic, that is equal sets. Okay, next we'll discuss equal sets. Equal sets. What we will discuss? We will discuss equal sets. What are equal sets? Now, uh, so equal set is a basically comparison between two sets. Okay, so if I have two sets such as set A, I have set A. It has element 1, 2, 3. Okay, and let's say I have another set B. Okay, I have set B. Let's say it is a 4, 5, 6. Let me take another example. C. Okay, it has 3, 1, 2. Okay, so I have now three set. I have taken example of a three set. So set A has element 1, 2, and 3. Set B has element 4, 5, 6, and set C has element 3, 1, 2. Okay, so two sets will be equal if and only if number of elements are equal and elements in the set are same. Okay, so see here A and B. Now if we compare A and B, number of element is same. Okay, because here I have three number of element, here I have three number of element, but it is not enough. If you check properly that element 1 in the set A, element 1 is present in the set A, but element 1 is do not present in the set B. Okay, so in this case A and B are not equal because the elements A have the elements A have that are not in set B. Okay, so all the elements should be present in the sets. Okay, so if you compare A and C, you have one here, so I have one also here. Then I have two in set A, I have two in set C, I have three in set A, I have three in set C. So the elements that A has, also the element C has. Okay, so in this case, A set A is equal to set B. Okay, now A and C are equal sets. Okay, now, if you see A and B, these are not equal set. Okay, so we will simply write A not equal to B. This is how we write two set when two set are equal and when two set are not equal. या फिर unequal. So this was the discussion up to type of sets. Now we will see another thing that is a singleton set. Okay, there is a small type singleton set. Singleton set. Okay, what is singleton set? So we will see what is singleton set. Okay. By the definition, we can understand by the word singleton. Singleton, okay? By the word, we can understand that if a set has only one element, if any set has one element, that set will be called as a singleton set, okay? Now, for example, set A is there. It has element 1, okay? This is a pretty good example of singleton set, okay? Now, let me take another example. This was a bit easy. Let me take another example. Let B be a set such that, let me write in the set builder form, Y is the element of B such that Y is a, Y is a integer. Y is an integer and Y is less than 1, greater than minus 1. Okay. This is the condition. uh, Condition is given that y is an integer. Okay, property is given that the element of b is an integer. Y is the element of b such that, okay, that element of b is an integer and y is less than 1 and greater than or equal to minus 1. The only possible integer which is less than 1 and greater than minus 1 is 0. Okay, so this is a pretty good example. This is again a good example for singleton set. Okay, so in this way, we can identify singleton set. Okay. Now, whatever the set given to you, we have to identify first its roster form. Okay. Then we can compare and identify whether it is a empty set or whether it is a finite or infinite set or whether sets are equal sets or whether set is a singleton set. Okay. After converting to a roster form, we can identify whether the set which of the set is above following. Okay, given following. Now next we will study subsets. Okay, for that we will discuss this subset in our next video. Okay, that's all for this video.